The Kansas City Chiefs are facing a critical turning point after confirmation that one of their key stars is leaving the field, possibly for the remainder of the season. The news spread quickly across sports networks, leaving fans and analysts stunned. Every great team encounters a moment that defines its resilience, and for the Chiefs, this is that moment. The sudden loss of a cornerstone player disrupts chemistry, strategy, and momentum. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the rest of the roster now stand at the edge of uncertainty. Questions about leadership, depth, and adaptability dominate the conversation. This chapter begins the unfolding story behind the confirmed absence, examining the impact on the franchise, the locker room atmosphere, and the broader future of Kansas City's ambitions. Beyond the headlines lies a narrative of strategy, endurance, and emotional recalibration. What happens next may determine not just the outcome of this season, but the tone of the next era for the Chiefs organization. Reports first surfaced following the Chiefs' recent game, suggesting a potential injury and eventual withdrawal of a vital team member. Confirmation from head coach Andy Reid turned speculation into fact. The player in question, offensive tackle Jawaan Taylor, suffered a serious ankle injury, forcing him to the sidelines indefinitely. The statement was brief yet decisive, confirming what many feared. For a team built on stability and execution, the timing could not be worse. The injury occurred during a pivotal stretch in the schedule, where every win holds playoff implications. The Chiefs' front office responded quickly, launching evaluations and contingency planning. Taylor's absence extends beyond statistics. He is a central figure in pass protection and offensive rhythm. His departure forces immediate structural changes. In sports, confirmation of such magnitude signals not only a physical setback, but also a psychological test. The team must now translate shock into focus. The confirmation marks the start of an adaptation period that could redefine Kansas City's approach, both tactically and emotionally. Mahomes thrives behind stability. The loss of his primary right tackle shifts the equilibrium of the entire offense. Every play now carries an added layer of risk. Pressure from the edge increases, forcing quicker decisions, altered footwork, and new throwing angles. The Chiefs' offensive line, once a shield of precision, must recalibrate instantly. Coaches will likely adjust play calling to emphasize shorter passes, rollouts, and screens tactics designed to neutralize defensive pressure. This injury changes how Mahomes reads the field, impacting timing and rhythm with receivers. The quarterback's ability to adapt determines whether Kansas City maintains its offensive potency. Beyond the tactical dimension lies the mental challenge. Losing trust and protection often affects a quarterback's instincts. Yet Mahomes' leadership may turn the adversity into innovation. His resilience and improvisational ability could inspire a revised, more unpredictable playstyle. The offensive strategy now evolves under duress, demanding balance, discipline, and creativity. In this moment, Mahomes transitions from reliant quarterback to adaptive architect of survival. Inside the locker room, silence often says more than words. Players understand that the departure of a key teammate changes both spirit and structure. Jawaan Taylor's injury echoes beyond his position. It disrupts relationships built through months of preparation and shared ambition. Team morale now depends on leadership from within. Veterans must step forward, not just in performance, but in presence. Emotional equilibrium becomes essential. Andy Reid's calm, methodical communication style will help maintain composure amid uncertainty. Younger players sense opportunity. For them, this adversity becomes an audition. Still, unity must prevail over individual ambition. The Chiefs' locker room culture, rooted in professionalism, humility, and collective belief, faces its truest test. Each athlete must internalize the loss and refocus energy toward contribution. Recovery from such a blow requires emotional intelligence and trust. The spirit of resilience, long synonymous with this team, will either strengthen or fracture under pressure. In sports, moments of disruption often reveal the invisible bonds that truly define championship DNA. Andy Reid's reputation as a master strategist will now be tested under duress. The confirmed absence of a starting tackle forces immediate tactical recalibration. Expect a reshaped offensive scheme emphasizing quick releases, double tight formations, and additional running plays. Protection packages will evolve to compensate for the weakened edge. Backup linemen will receive crash course training in cadence timing and coverage adjustments. Offensive line coach Andy Heck faces the challenge of building instant chemistry among reshuffled personnel. These changes ripple through the roster, influencing running backs, receivers, and even special teams. Defensive coordinators across the league will adjust, testing Kansas City's vulnerabilities. This creates a chess match at every snap. The hallmark of great coaching lies not in preparation for ideal conditions, but in response to chaos. Reid's system must now balance creativity with security. The coming weeks will reveal whether his adaptability and trust in depth can preserve competitive momentum. Amid one of the season's toughest challenges, every elite team preaches the phrase, "next man up," but few moments test that philosophy as deeply as now. With Taylor sidelined, attention shifts to the reserve lineman players whose preparation and discipline must now translate into performance. Backups often train in obscurity, waiting an unpredictable opportunity. Now, their readiness defines the team's trajectory. The Chiefs' depth has been a point of pride, yet executing at elite standards under pressure is another matter entirely. Consistency, communication, and composure become vital traits. Coaches must manage workload and morale simultaneously, ensuring backups understand both responsibility and trust. For the offensive line unit, this moment demands synchronized performance. One lapse can shift momentum, while one great block can sustain it. This is the silent battle within the roster, unknown players stepping into the spotlight, reshaping narratives in real time. Depth defines durability, and durability defines champions. Kansas City's response to this challenge may determine how far their season can truly stretch under pressure. Patrick Mahomes now faces a defining chapter of his leadership journey. Beyond physical talent, greatness requires emotional steadiness. The departure of a key protector places him at the intersection of performance and inspiration. His composure, especially in practice and huddle communication, becomes contagious. Teammates draw confidence from his tone, not his statistics. Leadership under adversity means transforming doubt into collective resolve. Mahomes understands that attitude often precedes outcome. As scrutiny intensifies, his relationship with the offensive line deepens. Encouragement replaces criticism. Accountability replaces blame. Every gesture, whether a pat on the shoulder or a rallying phrase, carries meaning. True captains lead from empathy as much as from authority. The stunned fans looking for reassurance will find it not in statements, but in his poise. His challenge now transcends football mechanics. It becomes a test of endurance, faith, and unyielding determination. Through leadership, Mahomes can redefine not only his season, but the standard of what it means to guide a team through adversity. The news spread rapidly across digital platforms, igniting waves of speculation, emotion, and analysis. Fans expressed concern, disbelief, and guarded optimism. The media framed the moment as a potential turning point for Kansas City's campaign. Headlines focused on the implications for Mahomes, but the conversation soon expanded to systemic depth and coaching adaptation. Sports analysts debated whether this injury exposes underlying weaknesses or simply challenges the franchise's renowned resilience. Among fans, emotions vary. Some see opportunity for hidden talent to emerge, while others fear a slide in consistency. Social media amplifies both optimism and frustration. The Chiefs' brand, rooted in stability, now confronts volatility. Public narrative can shape locker room energy, making communication from the team crucial. Authentic transparency reassures supporters. Empty optimism breeds skepticism. For Kansas City, maintaining composure in the court of public opinion is almost as vital as winning games. The team's ability to balance narrative control with on-field performance determines how history remembers this moment of upheaval. Beyond immediate challenges lies the broader question of sustainability. Every injury tests not just physical depth, but strategic planning. The Chiefs must evaluate future roster construction, balancing veteran experience with emerging talent. This moment could accelerate front office decisions regarding offensive line investments and contract structuring. The team's long-term health depends on adaptability, draft strategies, player development, and conditioning programs all intertwined. If handled correctly, this setback could strengthen future resilience. Mahomes' longevity requires consistent protection, making offensive stability a top priority. Financial implications also arise. Injured players affect cap flexibility, influencing off-season moves. Internally, leadership succession planning gains relevance, ensuring no single departure destabilizes performance. In sports, sustained greatness depends on systems that absorb shocks without collapsing. Kansas City's management understands this reality. The loss of one star may force difficult but necessary evolution. The franchise's future success hinges on transforming short-term pain into structural progress that safeguards its championship trajectory. The confirmed loss of a key Chiefs star sends ripples through the organization, yet within disruption lies definition. Every era of success endures a moment where composure meets chaos. The Chiefs now face theirs. How they respond through leadership, discipline, and adaptability will determine their legacy more than any victory margin. Mahomes, Reed, and the roster stand before a test that transcends talent. It challenges identity, unity, and vision. The absence of one cornerstone player cannot erase a foundation built on culture and excellence. Instead, it invites a reawakening of purpose. Adversity clarifies what truly matters: trust, preparation, and collective strength. The Kansas City Chiefs now write their next chapter not through perfection, but through perseverance. The message beneath the headlines is simple yet profound. Greatness is not preserved by avoiding hardship, it is earned through enduring it. The story of this season, and perhaps the team's future, begins with how they rise from this confirmed loss.